Yes, geez, especially here. We're playing Vampires today, and I think Vampires got a lot of support. Now, I don't actually think there's that many new cards in this one. Lady of the Lake is a card that got reworked, and you should not sleep on her. She is an 8 provision, 3 power card, which can play an Echo card from your deck, so she can tutor a Neuromancy. Now, the only other Echo card in Monsters before this expansion was Ardgaith. We don't want to play Ardgaith in Vampires. However, we are definitely interested in playing this card, AERONDIGHT. I think this is one of the strongest cards from the latest set. I'm actually a little bit worried about the health of this card for the long term of the game. If you're on blue coin, this card can get up to about 17 points, and it's an Echo. If you're on red coin, though, you're going second, it's much more difficult to get the AERONDIGHT value. So I'm a little bit concerned just about how healthy that is for the long-term impact of the game, especially in like a tournament setting, but that remains to be seen. I still think it's a really, really interesting card that I'm really enjoying playing. So AERONDIGHT is damaging an enemy unit by 0, then boosting the lowest power unit by the excess damage dealt. However, at the end of your turn, if you have more points than your opponent, you increase the damage by 1, whatever this card is. So if you're going first on blue coin, you just play a card, and then guess what? As long as it's not a 0-point play, you're ahead of your opponent, your AERONDIGHT's going to grow. If you're on red coin, however, your opponent might play a card and then use TA, and then you're like 9 points down, so you would need to get ahead of them by 1 point for your AERONDIGHT to grow. So it's much better on blue coin. This card's really, really great in Vampires, so it's like a control tool. A lot of the time with Vampires, you get ahead quite quickly, particularly on blue coin. You play like Operator onto Fleder, for example. It's just big carryover. And this card is particularly good if you bleed round 2 and then go for a short round 3. So what you ideally want to do with AERONDIGHT, you want to win round 1 without using it, but developing a bunch of carryover onto this card. And then as your last, you want to bleed all the way down in round 2 to 0 cards, with your last play being AERONDIGHT. Let's say you get to like 15 points or so, you can remove one of your opponent's cards and then boost your lowest unit. So it's a control tool as well. It's almost like a tool punish as well in a lot of ways, because if you get to like 15 points, there's not many things you can't kill. Like you can kill defenders, etc. You can't kill Sigfold though. That's one thing for sure. So yeah, you want to win round 1 without using it, then bleed round 2 and use it at the last possible moment in round 2. And then you're going to have a short round with AERONDIGHT plus some other cards in round 3. And obviously Regis is just a big powerhouse card anyway. And then I've really liked this take on Vampires recently, where you go more control heavy rather than using Sabbath. Sabbath is very poor at the moment. You might get away with playing Sabbath with like Defender and stuff, like on the first couple of days of the patch. But by the time that everyone's back just playing like more normal decks, stuff like Sigvold, Melusine, Selkirks and flipping Radovids, those kinds of things, Foltest Brides, Sabbath is really bad. So I'm not gone for that. We've just gone for a very similar list that I played last season with Heatwave, Muzzle, Crimson Curse, Detlaf, Toe Prince, lots of control tools. Obviously, you've got the Operator, Fledders. I'm also using the Vial of Forbidden Knowledge, which is a really, really cool card if you guys haven't seen this yet. Big fan of this card. It's going to thin the deck if our opponent's also playing one. That little bit of thinning goes a long way in Monsters. And that's really what I want to talk about Lady of the Lake and AERONDIGHT and a Neuromancy. I think this package is really nice. This deck in particular, Vampires, I really felt a Neuromancy was just a big card in it. You might want a Neuromancy for Operator in round 1. You might want a Neuromancy for your Heatwave, your Muzzle. And particularly in round 3, you might want a Neuromancy for your Regis. You want to feel comfortable mulliganing your Regis. Well, if you miss your Neuromancy, things can feel really, really horrible. But with Lady of the Lake, suddenly you've got a way of tutoring your Neuromancy, which is really flipping cool. Of course, you can also tutor your AERONDIGHT as well. Do need to be careful. Like I have bricked my Lady of the Lake once. So the mulligan part of it is not super ideal. But in a deck that wants to use an Neuromancy, like Monsters in particular, just doesn't have good thinning tools. It doesn't have a discard package, Mage Assassins, none of that. So you kind of just end up playing a Neuromancy. And particularly for like a control heavy deck, like if you look at Regis kind of like a Gord, you know, it's very, very similar that you just want lots of answers. Lots of 4s. I've got Brux's Squirrel, Double Natural Selection, Feast for Blood done first. I'm also playing an Alp and Double Incubus. I wasn't doing this though in the video. Most of it I was playing Fisher King, which I still really like. Fisher King, particularly if you are going on red coin and you don't have Curse Scroll, can feel really important. I was missing a lot of cards. And like a Drowner. This is what you're going to see most of the time in the video. I'm not really sure basically on these last 2 provisions. You could go for 2 5s, like Double Alp I tried. You could try maybe Maxi as well. You could try Mysterious Puzzle Box if you want to try this card out as well. Like Puzzle Box on AERONDIGHT, for example, could be pretty interesting. Maybe if you brick your Lady of the Lake, you could use Puzzle Box on your Lady of the Lake as well. Like there's some kind of interesting things you can do with it. Double Incubus is also an option. But yeah, like Maxi's decent, Fisher King's decent. Also, Gale is worth considering. I think Gale is a really, really good card in this. Don't think you're interested in Arcane Tome particularly, but you could consider it as well. But these are the main provisions I'm not super sure on. I was playing Fisher King, and I was playing Drowner. To be honest, I feel like maybe my favorite build would just be playing Gale. I really like this card. I'm a big fan. There's a lot of bleeding in this deck. It's a control tool. So yeah, basically, I would just play around with those last couple of revisions. Maxi Alp, I think, is going to be probably the most popular pick. But yeah, don't sleep on Gale. Gale's really good. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this deck guide. And I hope you enjoy the video. I'm going to take a leader charge here. Obviously, like, it looks like I don't need Fisher King because I'm drawing quite well and I've been on blue, but you can just imagine if I'm on red coin, like the Fisher King, that little extra bit of just putting an Aero. I guess you put Lady of the Lake on top instead of an Aero even, right? Then maybe just like 2 5s will probably go a long way, like double Alp instead of double Bruxa, for example, right? I guess it'll be 1 Alp instead of a Bruxa and 1 Alp instead of this. Well, they just went a Neuromancy for that, so I mean, it's pretty safe to say this one's going to stick. Just developing some carryover. Do need to start getting some bleeding for Regis, though. Maybe that's why I could have just... If I just took Leader Charge, I wouldn't have had to play this other one, right? Like, if I took Leader Charge, my Regis is ticking more. But I just play into Heatwave, too, you get me? I'm playing into Heatwave with this one as well, though, in fairness.
Swords I smile at, weapons laugh to scorn.
I'm just not going to take Leader Charges. My Regis carryover's not getting there, but... I really doubt they're going to pass here. I think Heatwave in hand is probably worth it, right? Maybe Muzzle was actually the card I should have put in hand here. We're just going to end up holding on to Crimson Curse forever. I probably could have played it a turn or two sooner. So the question is, what goes on top? There's a good chance I actually end up going for a Nero, right? Off Lady of the Lake, so I don't want to put a Nero on top. That laugh. Now I wish I put a Nero on top, you get me? Feels like this is a little bit of a premature pass. I overcommitted, but it's kind of what happens on this coin against elves. I definitely want to push too. I've got my AERONDIGHT already at 7, so I just want to push. Bang, AERONDIGHT like 16 points and then play it in the next round as well, you get me? It's going to be pretty strong. They also used the Heatwave that round, which seems like it was a waste. Yeah, this is such a bad find, actually.
Garments are shackles that restrain our desires.
But never mind. I definitely got something very wrong here. Like, should have put an ear on top as well on it.
Wait for signal. Till then, don't budge.
Man, this Incubus play is so strong, man. It's also switch off the Commando. Mate, you know, I haven't played a seasonal in probably like over a year.
The Scoia'tael must the woods abandon. Join us instead and defend the valley.
Like, I want to muzzle this, but equally, I can't, right? Like, I need my AERONDIGHT. So I think my Fisher King play was wrong. That's what it is, isn't it? I say it's leader charge in case we hit the commando with the Crimson Curse, they wouldn't buff.
For the daisy of the valley! We were not the ones to start this war.
But yeah, this Drowner, bro, is so bad here. And the thing is, I really want to just play like an extra card because it's more points on AERONDIGHT, right? Etc, etc. I mean, I could still. Whatever. So slow, but kind of just winning here, right?
No mercy!
Welcome back, Geralt of Rivia.
Jeez! That's a lot of points, chat.
You are no lunet of mine.
Jeez! So is that.
I like the way you die, human.
Not bad. Regis, Muzzle, 15-point AERONDIGHT. Jeez! Hey, Kedge. It's only been like going on for an hour, bro. 18-point AERONDIGHT, 16. Regis isn't growing anymore, of course. No more bleeds. Let's go! Vampires are popping off blood. I'm just gonna go get coffee. Cup of coffee. Couple groupies, I'm loving the life. Hoping one day I'll find the love of my life. No loud man's drunk and I'm fucking tonight. I mean, no. Basically, that was the main one. I wouldn't be surprised if like no non-golden neck and mill is better though. Just like normal mill could actually just be better, basically. Now the problem is they probably are gonna have AERONDIGHT. I could have gone Giant Toad, but I'm just gonna go uninteractive instead. Oh, it's just so good for us, bro. Roach is a weird one. So I can heatwave this, of course. Interesting, I can use Vial on the Fleder, get rid of the bleed. But I want to get my Regis ticking along. I guess they can muzzle our Fleder here. It's expensive though still. It would also mean that they don't have their thingamajigs up. Yeah, I could also play Megascope on this deck, right, which I'm not at the moment. This looks like a Golden Necker approach, which is interesting, but they don't have Regis. Bro, here's the thing. Like, it's not that I hate dwarfs. I just hate how like, ugh, they're just so point slammy and ugh, you know. Blah. Still not getting my AERONDIGHT value, unfortunately. Or should start getting it as soon as I have Lady of the Lake in hand. Had a bit of a nightmare. They've got to be fearful of Heatwave here, right? They can't just keep pushing on this one Fleder. Yeah, cool. Maybe I overcommitted a little, but I won on even. How bad can it really be? And they had rich knickers. How did I flip him on an even? That's unreal, right?
Share the night, share the love.
We're lacking a lot in the gold department here. Okay. An arrow, we're looking at maybe Heatwave. To say really. I won on even, right? So I can just control the length of the round. Basically, the objective here is maximize the Erendite value. I guess I should also try to be deny theirs. Okay, this actually is now like a much more interesting pass for me. I have no idea how they're going to use Book. It's not give him double Fleder still. Double Necker out though is a thing. Are they ahead here? Yes. Let's remember, I won on even and I have a Regis. The shorter the round, the more likely it is I'm just going to win. I'm losing my card advantage here, but... Did my Erendite not tick there because of the bleeding? Shit. Everyone's playing Mill, I blame you? Yeah, I mean, that's fair. That's a pretty reasonable. I think I probably am to blame. We drew so badly, man. It's insane. Not doing well on my Erendite value, to be honest. It's almost like I don't want it for round 3 at this point.
The righteous shall be recompensed.
Bro, it's not even an Unseen Elder deck. Oh, it's not even a Golden Necker. I just saw the... I just remember there was a Heatwave, yeah. Wait, that's so weird. My man played Roach and Knickers and lost uneven. So I was like sat here thinking, yeah, bro, I've got my Regis, they don't. Yeah, that didn't age well. We have last say though. Heatwave and Regis. Let's just draw some golds, mate. Just a few golds. 4 flipping big juicer golds stuck in the deck. Obviously I have Arendite on top, which is not doing too much. 7 damage. Could bin it off. That is solid. I don't think I've ever drawn so badly in all my life. Maybe the Fish King has to return, bro, if you get me. Oof. Ouch. I could have gone uninteractive as well, but just kind of need to get my bleeding through, right? This is still only on 7. And this is all about coin flip, bro. I've won on even, which is soften the blow, but like imagine my opponent's got an AERONDIGHT, it's probably playing for like 10 points more than mine. Which is really significant. Fortunately, I can still kill this. Shouldn't have actually done that, right? It's just losing. It's actually just losing points on my Fleder. Might have just lost the game by that play. Depends how big their Regis is. I think I just threw, right? I just threw. I think this was a game-losing play. I just lost 3 points. Fuck's sake, man.
I can help.
What an idiot. GG. I just... doubt Drowner's doing too much here. Wait, why do I still have this in hand? Right. I'm stinking out the gaff.
A beautiful pair of legs, please.
Doesn't quite get us ahead for our AERONDIGHT. Controversial with Coral being around the corner. But maybe they don't have Coral. Look at that.
Best drown
Value.
yourself with those damn nets.
I can go Crimson Curse and still get ahead, right? Maybe not. Need 10 here. Let's get ahead. It's a pretty big ask. Is there any use? I don't think the card's very good, to be honest. What, this card? This card's cracked, man. It's 8 points, bruv. And it thins your deck for free. Card's so good. Like, there's no way that... people should be using it way more often. It's like basically auto-include. But it's not, because some decks don't care about the thinning, and some cards also like want that as a unitless play rather than... Like, in this deck here, it doesn't feel particularly worth it, like, when you don't thin it. Because, like, you're only... I mean, maybe it's just a reason to play more Necrats and Alps, right, with this card, because you can protect them. What? Oh, dear. What the hell? What? My man just milled his Bride and Heatwave. Wow, to play a Swallow.
What? No! How?
What a gamer.
That for me?
Yeah, the Scoito artifact. Yeah. No, I don't think it's doing too much. Alright. AERONDIGHT's at 3. We wanted to win round 1, we get round control. Not super smooth. Do we kick Regis? I think so. Shit! I bricked my lady, Bren. Bollocks. It's round 3 carryover, innit?
dead or alive.
Nice. Nice, dude.
What? No! How?
Clearly don't have a tool punish either. Heat wave in here, and they're trying to kill me with Dreadnought or whatever. Or gutting slash. Hopefully they don't kill this, because I would quite like to get my debt left down. Muzzle as well, that's a good point.
If you believe in any gods, pray to them now.
There's no way they have another tool punish. They wouldn't be investing so much. Yo, bro, what's up, man?
Sacrifices must be made.
Not streaming for much longer. Yeah. Gonna end in like half hour or so. Will this leader charge get me ahead? The AERONDIGHT answer is no. Just hope they mill more golds. Just like the last time. Skirm and what else?
Who licked my mushrooms again?
Nice AERONDIGHT grows in the grave here. Upsick of the leader charged. Drop's not worth. Haha. Let's go. Doesn't even get him ahead. What a trash play, man. How did this work so well? Oh lord. I didn't even mean to do it like that. They're just worried about me slamming the Regis, right? Fisher King popping off, guys.
Won't you pester me? Right, and eat me girly. Looky here.
Man is an arrogant creature.
Try and split the rows. The Drown's just gonna pull them too close together, right? Like the Skirm and that. Could have clicked leader, protected this. Whereas this way, like, we just kill the unit and now we disperse the rows.
Easy there, big fella. Easy.
Watery tart. I'll show you.
Cool. as echo card. She's really good, I think, in monsters in particular. Monsters has like a real problem of consistency. And AERONDIGHT is a very nice card. This deck in particular, I think. We could start off with a leader charge to protect the Fleder, but it's a big commitment, you know? It's also a Regis carryover, but I'm just going to take a Bruxa next, I think. For Fleder, and then like Undying Thirst. It's pretty smooth. Could muzzle this, of course, but there's big muzzle targets in this one. Yo, Tort, sup, bro? Not streaming for much longer, guys. Having some people around. I need to do a bit of tidying up before they get here. I think they're going to be here pretty soon as well, in like an hour, so probably should call it pretty soon. I don't want to lead a charge, man, to be honest. So we're going to muzzle this, right? But we'll just wait a turn. My thinking is I slam the Detlef rather than like Undying Thirst. Having said that, this is like 18 points.
There is no other way.
God even knows what I'm going to use Curse Scroll on. My hand is so juiced. AERONDIGHT at the moment is going to be at what, like 3 or 4? 4 already. Okay, so they play around my muzzle. Which is sensible, of course. Hit this. Bro, my hand's so good I can just bottom deck the Fisher King, right? Okay, I waste a couple provisions, but... let's not waste my Nero to play this card, and I can just do that, right? Oh, I forgot to click this as well, innit? Or did I click it? Maybe I clicked it, I don't know. Nice. I did click. Cool. I think I played this pretty well. Like, the Detlef was a commitment, but it worked, right? We got 4 carryover, we denied their carryover, we didn't use our Nero. Feels like dumb to waste the Fisher King, but it's not really a big deal. Flood is great. Nice. This is what I was going to Nero for, so this opens up the Aneromancy. This hand just looks very strong. I don't want to break my AERONDIGHT. The other really important thing is I used 0 leader charges, which is really good news for us.
You're one sexy witch, and I'm here to please.
The next question, of course, is am I supposed to use a leader charge here? Probably. So I need to split the rows to play around Uridan. I'm allowed to use these leader charges because I didn't use any round 1. I have this luxury, right? Oh yeah, there's an open deck list in this one. Good point, thanks. I don't remember. Was there a heat wave? I don't even remember. I need to get better at that. My memory's so bad. Actual skill ceiling with Vile, mate. Yeah, if you don't see the Vile, expect the Uridan. And that's chilling at 9 at the minute. It's pretty OP. This is a kind of a weak play, but it's fine. No heat wave, well done. Just a free win then.
Never ever whistle in a mine.
A superb specimen, truly.
I was arguing this was not even correct and I could have just played a flipping Undying Thirst, man. Okay. How's it? Thanks for follow. Welcome, what's up? We could also get the heat wave the Monroe here, but I'm trying to save it for Bruver.
A superb
Yo, matey, thanks for follow. Welcome. Here comes Bruver. Okay, not quite.
Art thou worthy?
Look at this passive engine, mate. Like, I'm getting points when I pass. False easy cards. Yeah, man, really enjoying them. A lot of fun. I definitely think there's some that are unhealthy. I think Dwarfs got buffed too much. I'm a bit worried about AERONDIGHT as a card. Golden Neck is super cool. Favorite deck? Mill, mate! Golden Neck or Mill. Definitely.